Reach for a Dream has been, as you know, fulfilling children's dreams for 32 years, and this year will not be any different. The lockdown has not stopped the foundation from making the dreams of children with life-threatening illnesses come true. The annual Slipper Day has now gone virtual, and the foundation is asking the public to donate to this cause and to share their slippers on social media. Let's get you more on the story now. We're joined by the CEO of the Reach for a Dream Foundation, Julia Sotirianakos. Julia, thanks so much for your time this morning on the AM Report. In fact, my first question to you would have been, how has the lockdown impacted the work that you do? But you say it goes on as usual?
Certainly not as usual. I think that the lockdown has had a lot of challenges. Firstly, we are working with highly compromised children. Their immune systems are really compromised. They're mostly in hospitals, so our team can't go into the hospitals physically. We've had to adapt. So what we've done is we've created a situation where we're doing virtual assessments. So we're calling parents, we're engaging with them, finding out how their children are. We're working closer than ever with doctors and nurses who are already under a lot of strain to get the children's referrals into our system. So we know that children are being treated and when they're being treated. And as soon as they are sent home, then we can, to some extent, start engaging. But in terms of adhering to all the COVID-19 protocols and social distancing, we're certainly adhering to that. Our work is completely the opposite of social distancing, Michelle. We are about getting into a room, hugging, touching, and really inspiring children. So it has been a very big adaptation for us, and even our volunteers and the team that we work with, just emotionally not to be able to interact with our children as we would have usually, has taken a bit of time to adjust to.
Yeah, I can just well imagine that. And yet the work that you do it's always been so important, but perhaps more important now than ever, just given the kinds of things you've just described, the kinds of limitations to, seeing the children, hugging them, offering them and their families that kind of emotional support. The volunteers that you have working for Reach for a Dream, Julia, they are so incredibly committed to doing the work that you do. How are they as well coping as they try to adjust to this new way of doing their jobs?
Well, we've kind of really reduced the team dramatically. Even our Jabulani clowns that used to go into the hospital, we've paused that activity just for the safety of our children. What does go on is really, and I'd like to touch on what you said about the lockdown and the impact that it has on children. Our work is needed now more than ever. And in terms of adults and South Africans in general, when the lockdown first started, people were experiencing isolation, loneliness. And I make the analogy that what healthy people were feeling during the lockdown is what our children feel when they are first diagnosed with a severe illness like a renal, cardiac, or a cancer, where they have to be in hospital in isolation for months on end, Michelle. And I think that it's created a bit more compassion for the work that we do and a little bit more of understanding that the work that we do is very much needed, and the impact that it has on our children, their families, the doctors and nurses in the hospital. When we fulfill a child's dream and the child comes back into that ward and they're smiling, they have hope. And I think that's exactly what South Africans need right now, is hope. We need to feel hopeful about something. And Reach for a Dream has been giving children hope for 32 years in South Africa. It's exactly what we believe in. It's what we offer to our children.
Yeah. Julia, I want to get to the annual Slipper Day in just a moment, but I want to ask you this. Given the incredibly important work that Reach for a Dream continues to do, how can we help? How can ordinary South Africans come to the party and help?
I think that's a very good question. A lot of people are experiencing their own problems, and I think it's the best thing to do when you're experiencing your own problems is to look at other people's problems and try and help where you can. So I would encourage people to go onto our website, www.reachforadream.org.za, and see where you can get involved. You can volunteer, you can offer goods in kind. If you know that a child, if you know a child would like, to have a PlayStation and you'd like to contribute money, or if you'd like to go buy a brand new PlayStation for a child, you could fulfill a child's dream in that way. You could also try and, offer your time for some of the admin stuff we have in our offices. We have regions across South Africa that are in need of help. And if you do want to, you can absolutely contribute by giving us a donation. There is a donation portal on our website where you can contribute, 50 Rand a month or 100 Rand a month goes a long way.
Julia, in just 20 seconds, tell us quickly about the Slipper Day going virtual this year. We're out of time, unfortunately.
Yes, so we would like everyone to wear their slippers for this week and post a picture of yourself wearing your slippers, hashtag Better Moments Together, and please go onto Wimpy's website, it's www.wimpy.co.za, and make a contribution towards Reach for a Dream. For every 30 Rand donation you get, you will receive a virtual voucher which will entitle you to a free coffee. To a Wimpy near you and claim your free coffee.
Thank you. Julia Sotirianakos is from Reach for a Dream, that incredibly important organization that's been making the dreams come true for children with life-threatening illnesses now for 32 years. Go onto their website, have a look at how you can help.